MrBeast has just been sued by 5 people in a class action lawsuit, and it's not looking good. This lawsuit is regarding Beast Games and MrBeast's Amazon show. So as usual, we're just going to go over all of the news so you guys are up to date. So last video, we talked about how OG YouTubers like DanTDM were calling out MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul for using their audience as money bags and trying to sell them garbage, ultra-processed food. They came out with a Lunchables competitor called Lunchly and got massive backlash by the entire internet. If you want the in-depth story, you can watch my previous video. But since then, we have several updates. KSI, Logan, and MrBeast have all responded to DanTDM separately. Another OG YouTuber, Jacksepticeye, has chimed in once again, and the entirety of Twitter is absolutely cooking all 3 of the scumbag trio. This is so satisfying, man, finally. So let's start with the lawsuit. Here we have an article by Variety. MrBeast and Amazon sued by contestants on Beast Games competition show with allegations including sexual harassment and chronic mistreatment. Here we have a redacted copy of the complaint. It's 54 pages, so obviously I'm not going to go through all of that. But basically the contestants are California residents. One is a US resident, I guess. And then the complaints are for failure to pay minimum wages. That's crazy. Liquidated damages for failure to pay minimum wages, failure to pay overtime, failure to prevent harassment, negligent infliction of emotional distress, failure to provide uninterrupted meal breaks, uninterrupted rest breaks, pay wages promptly upon termination, false advertising, unfair business practices. Basically a bunch of stuff that's not good that we pretty much covered in the previous videos as well, if you've been watching my 50-piece saga over here. Several contestants ended up hospitalized while others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. From one of the female plaintiffs, I wanted to join because I was a fan of MrBeast and his videos made me smile during the pandemic. I expected to be challenged, but I didn't think I would be treated like nothing, less than nothing. As one of the women, I can say it absolutely felt like a hostile environment for us. We honestly could not have been respected less as people, much less employees if they tried. Okay, so obviously this is a huge deal. We've talked about this in several videos before, talked about the unsafe conditions in the MrBeast challenges, where allegedly contestants ended up in the hospital, were denied medication, and much more. And I distinctly remember when I covered it, okay, there were a lot of comments saying, oh, stop covering this. Oh, this isn't important. Oh, they were just texts. Oh, the people are just saying that for clout. Focus on the real allegations. Meanwhile, I literally talked to several contestants on Beast Games in private who all, reached out to me and shared their stories. They just wanted to be anonymous, so that's why I didn't post it on my channel. But yeah, bing, bang, bong. What did I say? It's now a freaking lawsuit and probably the biggest headache that MrBeast has right now, all right? So it's not a trivial situation to have contestants allegedly hospitalized, all right? When you make a big production like this, you gotta be prepared and take care of everyone, because obviously in physical challenges, there's gonna be rough housing and you gotta protect people, obviously. Here's what people are saying. He'll reply to Drama Alert about Feastables, but not serious allegations. The downfall has begun. It actually started 2 months ago if you watch the More Pegasus channel. Craziest part is not even paying minimum wages. That is just insanity from someone like MrBeast who hands away 10K supposedly randomly. We even got Rosanna Pansino chiming in once again. The stories I've continued to hear are heartbreaking. I talked to a few executives at major networks that ran away from funding Beast Games because Jimmy wanted full control. The way he treats people in private is disgusting. And she's tagged YouTube. What if Amazon sues him to recoup their losses and to get out of releasing the show? That would probably end his career. Well, Jay just gave Amazon a brilliant idea. I don't know if they can do that, but I don't know, bro. Turns out the story is going even more mainstream. CNN is now covering the story on their homepage. Here we got an article by CNN. MrBeast production company and Amazon are being sued for alleged harassment of contestants on his reality show. Now imagine MrBeast is sweating right now because he wants to avoid a PR disaster by absolutely all means, and it is just not going his way. Everybody's covering it. He seems to keep messing up over and over and over again, and turns out the lawsuit is probably going to get worse because MrBeast actually ignored everybody's warnings and continued to film his Beast Game show, and another disaster has happened. A MrBeast crew member was allegedly hospitalized hospitalized on September the 11th after part of a tower at Beast Games collapsed on them while filming. The accident took place at the end of filming on September 11 when a 6x6 piece of a tower fell on the unnamed person. This guy went from MrBeast for president to the most hated YouTuber in a span of a month. Here's one of the people reporting the story. Steven says, "I can now confirm that at the end of filming on September 11, a 6-foot by 6-foot piece of the tower at the Beast Games fell on the crew member. Emergency services were called and they were brought to the hospital where they still remain." A MrBeast spokesperson declined to comment. Obviously, gotta decline to comment there. Oh, a crew member is borderline about to die? No comment, no comment. So obviously, this is why people were actually concerned with MrBeast not taking safety precautions when doing his massive challenges. Kind of just wants the thing to happen at any cost. He invests millions of dollars into these little shows, but apparently not looking after people's safety, because people's safety doesn't really earn any money. Somebody said, "Not while filming. This honestly happens all the time when sets are taken down. Not giving Amazon and Jimmy a free pass, but if this happened on America's Got Talent, it wouldn't even be news." This is absolutely not the normal. Yeah, I don't think people are regularly being sent to the hospital after towers break and fall on them. I don't know why people are still glazing MrBeast at this point. Rosanna Pansina tweets, "Major crew member injury in the set of Beast Games. I can also confirm there are more not yet reported contestant injuries as well from the Toronto Beast Game shoot. This information comes only days after reports of not enough safety measures on the Toronto Beast Game set." Dogpack in the replies, "A 6x6-foot piece of the cement tower fell on a crew member a week ago and they're still in the hospital. I hope they make a full recovery and get a massive settlement check. That is terrifying." And Dogpack has attached a couple images here of the supposed tower, it seems. I mean, if this is falling on you, this is gonna hurt, all right? Obviously. If it was cement, the person would be dead. Depends on the height it fell. Could also be one of the square number things, whatever those are made of, but the tower appears to be 95% cement, which is what CBC reported. Either way, something heavy enough to hospitalize someone for over a week. Yeah, that is absolutely horrifying. Nobody should be working with MrBeast unless he gets his safety in gear, in my opinion. Now, Rosanna also points out that a lot of the reporting is being actually referenced in these actual lawsuits, which is absolutely insane. Someone pointed out to me that some of my coverage of Beast Games and MrBeast was referenced 3 times in the new lawsuit against MrBeast and Amazon. That's why it's important to use your voice and speak up. The people that came to me were scared because of their NDAs, but now their stories can be heard. This is also why certain people always try to silence you. They don't want the truth getting out. And we got some of her videos actually linked there, which is actually insane. By the way, I don't know if I'm actually mentioned in this lawsuit. I am not going through the 54 pages to find out, but yeah, if you find something, let me know. Okay, so what's gonna happen with the lawsuit? My guess is, unfortunately, they're going up against MrBeast and Amazon, 2 bajillionaire corporations. I don't know how much the 5 contestants can afford in legal fees, or if other people are gonna be joining this lawsuit, if that's even possible, but they might just get buried in money trouble before any resolutions. But maybe depending on what they can prove, they can actually win millions of dollars from MrBeast as well. And it would be very hard for MrBeast to continue his Amazon show as well. But this is a crazy turn of events because we all thought that MrBeast would be trying to sue Dogpack for defamation, but the first lawsuit was actually against MrBeast. Seems like the cease and desist sent to Dogpack was seemingly just an intimidation tactic because nothing actually happened, despite Dogpack explicitly violating the conditions laid out by MrBeast that, hey, you better take down everything or I'm going to sue you, but nothing actually happened. So I'm guessing they didn't think they could win the defamation lawsuit. Anyways, we got to move on to the Lunchly situation and MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul's separate responses to Dan TDM. Spoiler alert, they all failed absolutely miserably. Everybody is still on Dan TDM's side, and I will be individually rating each response in this video. And honestly, in my opinion, all 3 of them have completely destroyed their reputation, at least among adults, okay? Obviously, kids are still going to watch them, but anybody who has a sense of morals or any parents that are watching are probably not going to let their kids watch these people anymore. So here we have Dan's original tweet, just to recap in case you missed the previous video. Okay, so here we have KSI's first response saying, "Looks like crap to me," and he's linked a bunch of pictures of Dan TDM products. We got a U2s, we got a diamond pickaxe because Dan's like a Minecraft guy. KSI actually got community noted, not only has KSI also worked for them before, the CEO of U2's Austin Long got his start by managing the Sidemen and was an executive producer on their YouTube Red show. So he's literally buddy with the U2's guy, yet calling his own product crap. That is absolutely hilarious. Here's what people are saying, and if you notice, he got absolutely ratioed 20k likes and the first reply already 40k. With all due respect, bro, you have a U2's too, calling out the hypocrisy. And I'm not the one complaining and crying on Twitter though. Lol, 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 lol. You missed the point. Beefing Dan TDM is crazy. You wish you could make merch this good. You thought you cooked with this. Community notes, laughing. Ratio plus respect Dan TDM. Comparing a combo meal of drink that falsely advertises its ability to hydrate and highly processed snacks to a toy for kids to play. Okay. Listen, basically the problem is people respect Dan TDM about 100 times more than they respect KSI. Because Dan is a wholesome guy, you can always tell that he means well, right? He's just trying to help people out. And basically, he recently became a dad, which is why he's probably speaking out about unhealthy food for kids, because he's probably passionate about it now and wants his child to grow up, you know, big and strong. Meanwhile, KSI is an absolute clown, right? He's entertaining for sure, but he's literally, allegedly, according to CoffeeZilla, a crypto scammer, you know, taking money from his own audience and viewers for his own personal gain. His biggest business partner and apparently best friend now is Logan Paul, the freaking Japan Forest guy who has also done multiple crypto scams. Logan even admitted it and then apologized to CoffeeZilla and then retracted that, deleted it, and tried to sue CoffeeZilla for exposing him, pretending that nothing bad happened. So pretty much nobody respects these people other than kids. I've actually watched KSI for years because, you know, the Sidemen group as a whole, the 7 people in there, are really funny and entertaining, but I don't really look to them for morals, and neither should you. They're just like a TV show to me, pretty much. Now, it turns out KSI was so salty that he made a follow-up tweet digging up a Dan TDM video from 10 years ago. Ain't no way. But he was talking about food, JJ. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy, to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? Now, KSI really thought he owned with this, right? We got Meet Our Bestsellers, right? We got original Munch Packs, and we got Dan TDM promoting it in a video, holding a packet of chips. Now, unfortunately for KSI, he got ratioed again to 12k likes, 17k, 38k, 8k. Insane levels of reaching to sell slop to kids. Bro, I'll be honest, your shit just sucks, and people like Dan TDM more than you, Lamau. Squiddy is a Dan TDM friend here and a fellow YouTuber. It's a one-off sponsored video, plus he isn't claiming candy is healthy in the video. You guys own the company and actively claiming it's a healthy lunch alternative. That's where the problems are. I think anybody with the brain cell can see the difference between a one-off sponsored video and literally owning the whole thing. One-time sponsorship versus owner of a company, not sure that's the same thing. The PR team saying this, classic. You of all people should not be talking about what people did in their past. And I will say KSI's past, like if you go 10 years back like you're doing with Dan TDM, KSI's past is absolutely crazy. If we brought that on Twitter right now, dude would get canceled instantly, okay? It's just people have forgiven him because, you know, time has passed. Damn, JJ, money's changing you. Why is it so hard for you to take criticism without feeling someone is attacking you? Such a sad cope. Why is it so hard for you to take criticism without looking like a bitch? So here is the original video from Dan TDM. It's funny, not only is there a huge difference because one is a sponsorship and the other is an owner, but the sponsorship in question was a video from 9 years ago on a side channel called Trying Food from Around the World. Very relevant to the, you know, sponsor or whatever. Absolutely crazy, by the way, that KSI thinks that that's actually comparable. Listen, in my opinion, Lunchly is probably going to be ultra processed garbage that I wouldn't eat on my deathbed. Heck, it'll probably put me there, not gonna lie. That was a joke for legal reasons, all right? I rate KSI's response a 2 out of 10. Absolutely trash and petty. Moving on to Logan Paul's response. Logan Paul responds saying, I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset, then don't eat it. Community noted instantly, Prime Hydration was filed for including lead on 3 separate occasions. Oh, commenting on Lunchables lead findings will include a drink that is also known to have lead inside a metal pack is very hypocritical. I don't know how Logan ever opens his mouth regarding anything. This guy just gets bodied anytime he tries to make a point about anything, dude. Consumers Report urge USDA to remove Lunchables from National School Lunch Program. Yes, replace it with your product. Amazing. You'll get 100 million kids of sales. Amazing. Listen, why would Dan TDM randomly talk about Lunchables? He was only talking about Lunchly because you're a fellow YouTuber and you're pretty much giving all of us other YouTubers a bad name, right? Now, everybody thinks that we're money-hungry, soulless people who will sell out our audience for a quick buck. And not gonna lie, you guys definitely fit that description. And it's getting harder and harder to defend YouTubers every day. You know, I'd like to say that we're all just human beings, but it seems like YouTubers have just like crossed the spectrum. Like the second you cross like, I don't know, what subscriber count, it's like your brain just goes into mush, dude. The worst part about all of this is that they're all literally bajillionaires who don't need money in the slightest. They have generational wealth and they're still trying to do this bullshit greedy motherflipper stuff. Like, I will never understand this. Anyways, Logan's response gets a 1 out of 10. That's even worse than KSI somehow. Now, the entirety of Twitter is just bodying them. POV, the entirety of Gen Z when someone talks shit about Dan TDM. And we're just getting strapped here. A real man never speaks ill of Dan TDM. The classic blue-haired goat. Never speak on Dan TDM. And we got the wife's name out of your mouth clip. Girl, why are you beefing with Dan TDM? That's like YouTube Jesus. We got the Oompaville essay in responding to Logan Paul as well. Bro doesn't know anything about lead, nor did he read the article. If your argument is that my product is healthier because it doesn't contain as much lead, you are embarrassingly stupid. The lead contamination claim is in regard to CA's lead rules, which are the strictest in the US, but it's the same for the EU. Lead is in everything and is impossible to avoid. Sweet potatoes, which are healthier than your shit Lunchable ripoff, contain nearly as much lead in puree than in those unhealthy Lunchables. We're talking about parts per billion. It's totally irrelevant and impossible to prevent the consumption of lead, cadmium, arsenic, and all things that are incredibly abundant on Earth. The important thing is mitigating exposure reasonably, not claiming your product is better for you because it may have less lead. Lamau. Dark chocolate has so much lead in it, it's crazy how prevalent lead is. They aren't freaking putting lead in the product, you moron. This is so misleading. I wouldn't want this idiot anywhere near my product. Holy shit. Oompaville is going absolutely in. Oh my god. I think he's pretty passionate about this because Oompaville also has a candy company, and I guess he's a little more knowledgeable about selling food to his audience or something. If you actually want to improve people's lives and not just make money, make the product yourself and take actual responsibility instead of lying and making a fool of yourself on a daily basis. And maybe let people know that your product is bad for them and they should consider whole food alternatives as often as possible. And this is a bad thing to market in mass to children without any kind of disclaimer or honesty. Aside from mine doesn't have lead, which I guarantee it does, it's simply not possible. So embarrassing. Okay, so I know some people might call Oompaville a hypocrite. Oh, you're selling candy as well. But I think Oompa explicitly always says that, hey, my candy is extremely unhealthy. Don't freaking get it. Basically just get it as a treat, but predominantly eat healthy food and stuff like that. So I think he has a pretty good relationship with the audience. I think it's a different situation from the Logan Paul thing for sure, who's like, oh, my product is totally healthy, you know? Now, Jacksepticeye, the green-haired goat, has chimed in. You mess with Dan TDM, you mess with YouTube, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And then finally, we have MrBeast's response to the whole situation, pretending to be a good guy once again. Hey guys, I actually care about the kids. That's why I will be giving them diabetes in middle school. Yes. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese. They use cheese product, higher quality meat, etc. First off, if it's lunch, you're gonna need more than 200 calories for lunch, buddy. Like, if you're just cutting calories for no reason, that doesn't mean anything. That's only good for people who want to lose weight, not growing kids, dude. Second thing is 60% less sugar, but what did you replace the sugar with? Like, I assume it's gonna be equally sweet or more sweet, so it's probably gonna have one of those artificial products in there, which are under investigation for causing several issues. More electrolytes. Okay, so the layman's gonna be like, well, that's a good thing, but what specifically? Are you talking about sodium, potassium, magnesium? Like, are you talking about like actual hydration or the bullshit Prime Energy drink that that is actually horrible in hydration. We use real cheese, they use cheese product. This is the only sort of good thing here, if that is actually true and they do it. Higher quality meat, etc. I don't know what standards you're using here. Obviously, eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, which if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do, I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good in my opinion, and that's why we launched Lunchly. Yes, that's why you did it. You just care about the kids, don't you, Mr. Beast? Not to earn another bajillion dollars with a perishable product. By the way, the reason Mr. Beast is so incessant on food like burgers, Feastables, and Lunchly, because it's a product that you can buy over and over. For example, if I'm a YouTuber, I sell you guys merch. I sell you guys a t-shirt. Likely, you're going to buy it one time and probably never again because you have the shirt and, you know, you got the product. But if it's food, you buy it, you eat it. You buy it, you eat it. You buy it, you eat it forever and ever and ever. And especially if it's ultra-processed crap that tastes good, they are obviously going to get super hyper addicted to it, and you're going to get a bajillion dollars. So him pretending like it's for the kids is so completely disingenuous. Not a single soul is actually buying this. Also, we get economies of scale so we can get things cheaper. We will only be improving the product more and more. By economies of scale, meaning 500 gigantic machines producing all the shit in a factory. Now, we'll give him props. At least he's trying to address the criticism directly. I give this a 3 out of 10. It is a still complete dogshit response and completely lying, obviously, but better than KSI and Logan for sure. We got Dogpack in the replies. Kids need more than 230 calories for lunch. Your product has processed garbage with no nutritional value. Now, address the allegations of running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures, endangering contestants, and hiring and protecting predators. Cam Nuggets, we don't care. Still waiting to reply to the allegations. Albert, the Roblox YouTuber, is here. If you release this product, I will neck myself. Mr. Beast, you should feed children toxic waste and give me $10,000. Yes, what a good idea. Agreed, this is slightly less unhealthy. That's only if you take their word for it. I'm sure Lunchables will have their own like argument regarding it, but it's like selling organic cigarettes to smokers and calling it a positive impact. Yeah, like if you really cared about kids, you'd stick to your original promise of, you know, trying to make healthy products. Okay, basically, if you're concerned parent watching this, do not feed your kids Lunchables or Lunchly or any garbage. If you truly care about them, make them a sandwich. Set aside 5 minutes for your child. Put some chicken, put some veggies. They'll be 100 times healthier than any of this trash they're trying to feed your kids. If you want them living past 50, please take care of your kids and don't listen to money-hungry influencers who mass produce this shit for no reason other than profit. Mr. Beast has literally said the only thing he cares about is YouTube and growing as big as possible. You know, he has this weird incessant need to take over the world and become the biggest of all time or something. So he'll pretty much do anything to get that way. Resident Pansino, lol, remember the last time you preached better for you candy and then quietly changed the formula to be much, much worse after you used it as one of your main selling points. Post the full nutritional facts and ingredients if they're so much better for you. Exactly. Who's to say Mr. Beast is not going to do that same shit with Feastables again? Oh my god, it's only 5 ingredients. Oh my god, it's so healthy. Quietly changes it to more sugar than his competitor product. Crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we got a Mr. Beast lawsuit and an all-out massive YouTuber brawl. Things are spicing up in the commentary community, and man, I'm running out of Mr. Beast PNGs and words. I'm sorry, guys. Any thumbnail title suggestions, please send it to me on like Instagram or something. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I value your time, and I promise you I will never sell you garbage like these clowns. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.